Hello, loves. Let me just go live on everything so that way we're on the same page. And let me just make sure all of this is down. Okay. Hello, loves. Welcome to the weekly healing circle. As we come through every single week. Let me just grab the deck that I want to use today. I actually want to use this deck today, so that's what I'm about to grab that deck. Wait, 1 second. There we go. It's been a minute since I. Ooh! Don't be trying to fall now. Don't be trying to do that. Don't do that. Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay, so I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to the weekly healing circle, where we come every Monday to do some healing, to get some messages, to do the thing. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody that my whole entire shop is on sale right now. It's 15% off all of the products. So from all of my workbooks to the candles, the made to order candles, all the figure candles, the oils, everything is on sale right now. No coupon code needed, but it does end on Friday, so make sure you take advantage of it. If you've been wanting to get something. How is everybody doing? The moon is in Capricorn right now. Fun times. It's always fun when the moon's in Capricorn. It's always a little fun. We have a lot of earth in the chart, like a lot. There's a lot of earth in the chart. So if you're not feeling grounded, you gotta do a cleanse, you gotta do a baño, and you have to go eat some grounding foods. Because there's a lot of earth in the chart right now. So it's really important to, make sure that you keep yourself grounded. Brown Eyed Girl said, hello from PA. This is my first live. Love your videos. Light and love. Well, thank you so much. Welcome. Big welcome. I know a lot of people catch the lives like after the fact, because we do the live when we do the live, and so not everybody's always here to make it through the live. So yeah, I'm so glad that those who are like don't make it to the live but make it to the replay. And also hello replay crew who is here in the future. Replay crew from the future. I hope you guys are having fun. But yeah, it's definitely not everybody catches the live at the same time. That's definitely a fact. But I'm glad you're here. Welcome. I hope everybody is doing well. We're starting the energy off with the Knight of Swords. Fun times with the Knight of Swords. So this week is definitely going to be really powerful. One, because Jupiter is building into this shift that is gonna happen with Jupiter moving into Taurus. The energy is already really grounding right now because we have so much in earth, but we also have a lot in water. So there is that balance, that earth with the water balance. There's definitely that balance happening. There's definitely a bigger focus on what's going on within the physical realm as well. You might be really, really more focused on whether it's work, money, your house, your family, your finances. It could be a plethora of different things. It could be your kids. It could be your cousin. You could just have a lot of stuff going on that's just more focused on the physical realm. So yeah, pay attention to how this week is developing, because there's definitely a shift within the energy, a grounding within the energy, that it really didn't feel like this when we were in Aries season. Aries season was a lot of fire. It was a lot of potency. Okay, it was a lot of it was a lot. It was a lot of eclipses. It was a lot of eclipses. Yeah, it was a lot of energy. It was a lot going on. But it's important that, moving into this Taurus energy, you have to think about not only how you relate to Taurus energy, because I know that as much as a lot of people like to shit on the earth signs, anytime our season comes along, it like benefits everybody. That's kind of the other thing about it. It really benefits everybody. It makes everybody get more grounded, and it makes everybody feel better. It just really benefits everybody. It's a everybody, you know, just how we share the planet. It's an everybody thing. So it tends to be a time where you see the energy be a lot more grounded and a lot more physically focused. So this is a time where all of the earth signs are really in their power. Even if you're not a Taurus, you benefit from earth sign seasons if you're an earth sign. So it's important for you to make sure that you are not only grounded, but you're focusing on the things that you need to focus on. So this is not necessarily, you know, a time to be burning through your energy really quickly. It's more of the time to lay the groundwork. Think of Taurus season as a time where you're really getting your garden prepped to grow whatever it is that you want to grow on it, so that you can grow whatever you want to grow on it. Taurus is ruled by the planet of Venus, right? Venus is the planet of love, pleasure, and money. So this is a very physical time. Okay, this is a very physical time. It is a very it's amplifying not only the finances, but the things we want, the things that we want to possess specifically. Because when it comes to Taurus earth signs, it's about a physical manifestation. Okay, it's a physical focus, it's a physical manifestation. It's not about, you know, oh, it's water energy. No, 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 no. It's a physical manifestation. So with Taurus, it's like, oh, I want this. It's giving the Ariana Grande song with the whole "I want it, I got," like I want it, I got it. That it's literally that with Taurus energy, like literally, really that, because that's how Venus moves through Taurus. And with Taurus ruling value and possessions, what you have, what you own, what you possess, that includes people, that includes things, that includes your home, that includes your car, that includes the things that you want, even spiritually. It can apply, like the things that you want to have. It can apply to that as well. So this is a time for you to really lay the groundwork to what it is that you're trying to cultivate. What is it that you want? What is it? What is it that you want? What is it? What is it that you want? That is the question. Okay, bottom of the deck for this week. Hold on, I gotta find where it ends with the major arcana, so we know what the underlining energies for this week is. Ooh, it's going in, and that's my, oh, of course it's death. Of course it's death. Are we surprised? No. Okay, bottom of the deck is the underlining energies, by the way. So we have the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, okay? Then we have the Ace of Wands. No, I'm sorry, the Page of Wands, okay? Then we have the Ten of Swords. We have the Six of Cups. The Six of Swords. The Five of Wands. Now we have the Ace of Coins, okay? Then we have the Eight of Wands. Then we have the Nine of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles. And the death card. Okay, so we've definitely gone on a very big journey to try to not only get to where we are, but get out of the rut that some of us have been in for quite a minute now. And so this week, this is why the energy is like shifting the way that it is. So for this week, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Nine of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles, right? Right? Then we have the Page of Cups and the Strength card, which is the card of Leo, by the way, which meshes, like when it comes to the Strength card, okay, this meshes so well with Taurus, Venus energy, and I've talked about this before. Leo, Libra, and Taurus are literally in the same clique. Think of them as like in the same clique. Think Mean Girls if you want to, but they're in the same clique. They're in the same group. They want the same things. Even though Leo's not ruled by Venus, Leo's ruled by the sun. and the sun rules the ego, your willpower, your inner child. So what is Leo constantly trying to do? Feed the inner child. What house does Leo rule? The house of pleasure. What did I say? Venus rules pleasure, right? Right. So when it comes to the strength energy, it's literally about feeding your ego right now. This week is like, some of you might actually, spend a little, drop some monies on something that you've been wanting to experience, which is fine. If this is something that you've been wanting to do, it's definitely time to kind of take a step. And some of you are going to be very reactive when it comes to the things that you've been going through. So it's like if you end up, I don't know, booking a flight or a trip or something, or if you end up wanting to leave a job or you're applying elsewhere, it's because of the impact of how it's left you. Like how it's made you feel. Like, ask yourself whatever it is that's trying to make you, like, putting you in a box or making you feel a little odd. How is it making you feel? How do you feel? How are you feeling about it? Do you feel good about it? Do you feel like you're valued? Ooh, let's go through the Venusian stuff. Do you feel like you're valued? Do you feel like you are loved? Do you feel appreciated? Do you feel like you are getting the best that you could receive? Do you feel like you need more? Or is your heart yearning for more? Are you wanting more? Is it your intention to receive more? And are you not receiving that? Are you or are you not receiving it? Right? Okay. So when it comes to this energy, it's really like really setting the record straight, setting ourselves straight. Like Taurus season is going to want to make you feel good. It's a Venus rule season. If you're not feeling good, something is wrong. Something is not right. There's something wrong. And that thing not being right, while the energy is so grounding and so like down to earth, right? It's like, oh, I got to do something about this. Yeah, but I don't feel good about this. Ugh. Or like something just literally giving you the whole ick. It's a time for you to reevaluate what's not making you feel good. And then think about what you're going to do about it. Because we're starting off with the Knight of Swords, which means that some people are going to be dropping people quickly. Okay? Quickly. Like the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in tarot. Okay? It is the card of Gemini in tarot. Okay? So when it comes to this Swords energy, it moves so fast because just like Gemini, how it needs to deliver the message, it needs to do it as fast as possible. It's as fast as as fast as I am talking is as fast as Gemini moves because it literally rules communication. So the Knight of Swords is really quick. The Knight of Swords is a text, is a block. I said what I said. It's like, I don't want to have to repeat myself. I already told you how I feel. And because I already told you how I feel, I'm not going to repeat myself. Okay? Yeah, some of you are being very like tapping into more of the energy of Taurus season, where people forget that Taurus is a whole bull. They forget they got horns, right? Tauruses are sweethearts up until you piss them off, up until you cross the lines that you shouldn't really have crossed in the first place. Absolute sweethearts until you fuck with them, until you hurt them, until you are deliberately just trying to be the worst. And so when it comes to Taurus, it's like you really want to bring out my horns. You really want me to tap into that part of me, because this is not going to be pleasurable for you, right? And so you have to really, like right now, folks got to be mindful of the energy in which they're sitting in, because it's like, it feels like certain people are going to make you say some words, say what needed to be said, right? Then we have the Three of Pentacles right after the Nine of Wands. Something is not working. And because something is not working, especially through the middle of the week, certain things will be reevaluated. Certain things will be recalibrated specifically because this is a pentacle card, right? This is a card of work. This is a card of putting in effort. This is a card of, and again, bottom of the deck, we have a lot of pentacles going on, right? So we're like, nah, I'm trying to get myself in order. I'm trying to stay in order. And if I'm not in order, this is not working. So there's a sense of, you know, getting back to your own thing, getting back to your own work, like getting back to center, coming back to center, not losing yourself in the nonsense, but really coming back to center, right? Then we have the Page of Cups and the Strength card. This week, you're going to be called on just choosing yourself. You got to choose yourself, okay? You really got to choose yourself. This is a week where, and it comes back to that Venus energy of feeling good. Do you feel good? Are you happy? What are you upset about? What's frustrating you? If you don't feel good, why don't you feel good? What is the source of that discomfort? What is the source of that just that lack of pleasure? What is the source of it? This week is about self-care. There's a reason why we're ending it with that Strength card, with that Leo energy. Yeah, this week is about self-care. This week is about you feeding your ego. This week is about you feeling good. This week is about you feeling grounded, feeling like yourself. This week is about really, it's like really coming back to center. Like you're coming back to center, coming back to your ego. Okay, taking care of you. This is the time where you need to focus a little bit more on you. Focus on how you're feeling. Focus on how you're taking things. Focus on how your quality of sleep is. You might be feeling like you need to take a little bit more time to sleep or need more rest. And that's perfectly fine. Do that. Do that. That's perfectly fine. But it is a time where we're coming back into self-care. It is a time when we're coming back into our own, into ourselves, and just reevaluating. I'm trying to focus on me. Okay, I'm putting me first. I have to make sure I'm okay, and I feel like I just need to get myself back in order. So this is a time where it's all about bringing it back to center. And this is perfectly fine because that's going to allow you to stay grounded, especially as we move into Jupiter going into Taurus, which is going to be real crazy. Listen, this is going to be real crazy. This is going to be the whole, because Jupiter is the one that sets the theme for the year, right? And I've talked about this before, literally every year for like how many years now? Jupiter sets the theme for the year collectively. Examples. When Jupiter was in Scorpio, that's when the whole Me Too thing was exploding socially, right? When Jupiter was in Capricorn, that's literally where COVID happened and the focus was on the government. Okay? It's a whole entire year that the year is set, the tone is set by Jupiter. And you want to know why? Right? When you look at the way the planets move, you look at astrology, when you look at the way the planets move, the fastest moving planetary body is the moon. Why? The moon moves every 2.5 days. It is the fastest moving planetary body. Every 2.5 days. It's in a different sign. It goes through every single sign, every single month. All 12. Unlike any other planetary body. So, in comparison to the moon, when you look at some of the other planets, they change in a couple of weeks at a time. Even the sun changes in a couple of weeks at a time, right? When you get to Jupiter, when you start getting to Jupiter, Jupiter is that midway point between the personal planets and the generational planets. So when it comes to the personal planets go from sign to sign. They change every month to every other month or so. right? They go from sign to sign. Mars takes a little bit longer to like move, but they all generally change. You will see the shifts happen regularly, often. When you get to Jupiter, Jupiter is that first planet that's like in between the personal planets, because of how, it affects you personally, but also the generational planets, because of also how long it takes a transit, how long it takes for it to move from sign to sign. Jupiter takes like a whole year. And then when you start looking at the generational planets, you go into Saturn. Saturn takes like about 2.5 to 3 years to move from sign to sign. That's with the retrogrades, right? So once you start getting into the other planets, that time that is spent in each sign becomes longer and longer and longer and longer and longer, which means that the lesson and the energy that you are being taught, that you are integrating, takes longer for you to integrate, right? And so with Venus moving from sign to sign, you're feeling the energy within those weeks. When it's Mercury, you're feeling the energy within those weeks. When it's the sun, you're feeling the energy of that season, right? But when it's Jupiter, it takes a year. So you feel that energy for that year and some change, because it's not a whole 365 days. It'll be a little change. So Jupiter ends up setting the tone for the year. It tells you, it really highlights not only where you will have your abundance, and that's both negatively and positively. And I have to say that because people think, okay, Jupiter is a planet of luck and abundance and all this. Yes, Jupiter is, but Jupiter can expand positive and negative things. So just because Jupiter is in a sign, in a house that you really like, doesn't mean that it's just going to be all sunshine and rainbows. It can manifest and expand that house in its negative or shadow properties and in its like positive ones. It really depends on how you're working with it. So when it comes to Jupiter being in Taurus, the fact that Uranus, the planet of chaos, is also in Taurus, you're going to see the chaos be a little quick. Why? Because Jupiter is a very quick planet. It takes a year to integrate and teach you the lessons, right? It takes a year to tap in, for you to tap into that abundance, for you to tap into also the collective energies and your own personal energies. It takes a year to integrate that. But Uranus, which is a generational planet that impacts us collectively, has been in Taurus for a while now. And so this is going to also intensify how they're connecting within that conjunction. But it's going to intensify some of that chaos. Why? Because they're both playing in the same team. They're both in Taurus. Well, Jupiter is moving into Taurus soon. And so the theme for the year, you can expect great things, but also expect that Uranus is going to absolutely turn certain things sideways that need to be addressed, because Uranus is a planet of unexpected change, chaos, okay, revolution, evolution, the future, your higher self, okay. It ultimately is trying to shake things out of the norm, out of your very stable kind of reality, and it's trying to shake it out of the norm so that you can actively get back in alignment with yourself, right? So it is a powerful time, but you really, 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 really have to be mindful, especially with the way that the other planets are also moving. Saturn and Pisces have not. Y'all been noticing how things have been happening with the Saturn and Pisces? Like the way that all Pisces are kind of like they've been on a high for the past couple of like years, right? Because Neptune's been sitting cute in Pisces, and that's their ruling planet. And Neptune takes a bit. Oh, it's a generational planet, so it takes a while for move from to sign to sign. And so Pisces have been sitting cute in their own energy. For those who have been tapping into it very well, sitting in the height of creativity. And the best example that comes to my mind to explain what I mean about this is Bad Bunny, who is a motherfucking Pisces. And the day, literally the day that Saturn went into Pisces, this man started to literally get called out for the whole Candela Jenner thing. This man literally started to get the heat. Literally. started together. He like Neptune had him swimming, hella creative, hella like expressive, hella like he like Neptune really had him expressing himself and have all of the resources to create music and the style, the aesthetic, and everything, the perception, and uplift what he wanted to uplift, focus on what he wanted to focus on, right? The second Saturn went into Pisces, it said restrictions in place. You need to watch how you are andando aquí, like in the public, how you are toying with your with your legacy, how you are like there are restrictions in place now. Okay, it's not just like you can't just be running around thinking that there's no, you could just do everything and there's no consequences. Neptune had his career rise so much, like he really is one of the highest selling artists, especially for reggaeton, all of this stuff, right? Had him on a high because he really was on his creative shit. Like he was on a high. The second Saturn went into Pisces, it said pause. Okay. And so he's been getting the heat because one, Saturn is all about grounding, right? Saturn is all about time, how you spend your time. Okay. Saturn is all about building a stable foundation. So if Saturn is restricting you in some place, and this is for all my Pisces out there and for those who have Pisces in some things, okay? That, you know, and that they need to work through. If you're feeling restriction through whatever house that's in, or if you're a Pisces and you're feeling restriction in your ego or whatever it is, wherever it is, it's because there's something that you need to ground. You need to have become stabler. Like it needs to have a better foundation. You can't just think that you're gonna run around doing everything and that, you know, you could just get away with everything, right? You can't just, that's not how it works. So because that's not how it works, you do have to reevaluate how you're andando in the streets, right? And how you're like specifically because Saturn has to do with legacy. Saturn ultimately wants to ground you. For those going through their Saturn return right now, Saturn wants to ground you for the next 30 years because he's not going to come visit you again for another 30 years. Saturn takes 30 years to come back and give you that Saturn return again, right? So he's trying to have you good for 30 years so he doesn't have to come deal with you, right? 30 years. He's like, okay, you know what? I'm trying to clean up the mess so you could have a stable foundation. You could be good for 30 years. I come check on you in 30 years and see where you at. It's not complicated. It really is not. But the things where you feel restricted is where the things that you should be focusing on, the things where that you really, really need to make sure you have in order to not feel those restrictions. Because when I tell you as a Capricorn, working through Saturn's energy, my Saturn return was one of like the funnest things that I've ever been through. A lot of people can't say that. And that's because they fearmonger the hell out of Saturn. Like Saturn's about to like take your whole existence. First of all, I moved out from where I was. My business grew tremendously. I got married. I traveled, which I love doing already. I got ridiculous opportunities that I wasn't getting before. I got ridiculous opportunities. Bunch of doors open for me. And now I'm in a whole entire better place and I'm super grounded. What the hell do I have to complain about? People who were left out of people who got kicked out of my life, things that were removed, like I already knew and understood that they weren't supposed to, they had an expiration date. Okay. They had an expiration date. Like their time was done. And as someone who is an astrologer, I'm like, okay, bye, have a good life. I will be over here living my life over here because that's where, you know, my spirits are saying I gotta go. So I had a very blessed, like honestly, it felt like those 3 years I was just on a high. I was just on a high. I was real good. But no, everybody wants to be like, no, but Saturn ended this relationship and I had to move and all the stuff. And then when they're like sitting here giving me a whole 20-minute rant about what Saturn did to them. And then when I asked them, I'm like, okay, but are you in a better place? Are you grounded? Are you financially more stable? Are you emotionally more stable? Well, yeah, I am. You know, I'm doing a lot better. Oh, oh, you're doing a lot better than before. Hello, can we do math? Can we do math? Can we do math? You are better. Can we do math? Like, people really love to just be like, no, because Saturn is just took this from me and this person had to leave. And okay, but that person wasn't your person. That's why they had to exit. Can we please keep it 100? Like, yeah, like people want to get mad at Saturn because Saturn really be having that tough hand. Like, no, listen, if you play with the fire, you're gonna get burned. I'm trying to make sure you learn how to cook well with the fire so you know what to do. And then they want to get mad when they touch the fire and got burnt. But then when they learn how to use the fire, now they know how to use it. It's like, oh yeah, well, I learned my lesson. Saturn is it's a planet of lessons. Okay, when you're in your Saturn return, it asks you to learn these lessons that you're going to need, okay, so that you could be okay. You just it's for your benefit, it's for your growth, it's for you to be okay. I don't understand why people just shit on Saturn so much. I'm sorry, and I get it, Zaddy Saturn. Okay, I guess I'm biased. Okay. But I like to think that I'm very blessed. I've been very like what do I have to complain about? I was born naturally grounded with my whole ass Capricorn stellium. Come on now. I have so many gifts just from Saturn. I'm able to look at lessons from a mile away. I'm able to know what I should invest in that's going to pay off long term. Like, can we please? Being a Capricorn is a flex. I'm not gonna lie, but being an Aquarius is also a flex. Being a child of Saturn it's a straight up flex. But it's just people just like to, they don't want to understand because they want to live through the planets that feel good all the time. So being born under a generational planet, it's like the drama, right? If you're a Scorpio, even if you're a Pisces, like as a generation, being born under a generational planet, the way we impact everybody else, please, like we be the villains. We be the villains, and it's weird. It's weird. You can't tell me it's not weird. Meanwhile, the childs of Mercury, okay, who live in the moment and just are ever damn present in the moment, they just want to get mad when Saturn's like, yo, but you gotta grow up eventually a little bit. I'm trying to have you be a little stable at least, at bare minimum. Okay. They just want to get mad. And then Venus babies, okay, just want to feel good all the time. Just if something's not feeling good, why does it have to be that way to them? You know, like why do they have to ever feel bad? Like, come on. So for me, it's just like, yo, you just trying to keep you good, feeling good for a longer period of time. Like, do you not want to be good, set up for greatness for 30 years? Tell me that sounds bad. Like, who does that sound bad to? Be fucking for real. Like, if I were to tell you you're going to be good for 30 years, you're set up for success, you're going to be grounded, you got all of the tools of the trade, you telling me you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad. That you're good for 30 years. Instead of just being good in that moment, in that week, in that month, you'll be good for 30 years. That's Saturn. Okay. And so when it comes to Saturn takes 30 years to go from sign to sign. So for those who are asking about when do you get your solar return, your Saturn return, look at your natal chart. Look at what sign Saturn is in, right? And then that should tell you like when your solar return is going to be. It's usually though about like it's about when you hit your 30s. So like for some people it's when they're like 27, 28, 29. Some people is when they're 28, 29, 30, and some people is like a little closer to 29, 30, 31 ages. So yeah, so you said your Saturn is in Taurus. So Saturn is currently in Pisces. So in about 3 more cycles of Saturn. So, well, no, technically, yeah, well, no, because Saturn and Pisces just started. So in about 3 cycles, so in about 9 years, you're gonna have your solar return. I'm sorry, I keep saying your Saturn return in about 9-ish years, give or take. So yeah, it's gonna be in a bit. In a bit, not yet, but in a bit. But I'm telling you, it's a fun time. If you go with the flow of being in your Saturn return, like it is the best time. It's really the best time. It really be lit. It really, you come out of it way better. What's the problem? Like really, you come out of it way better. So it's like at the end of the day, um, does the Saturn, I'm sorry, does the return happen exactly at the degree you have in your chart? Some astrologers will tell you yeah, and I'm going to tell you no. Some people really think that it has to be like when it comes to the degrees, like people be doing the most with the goddamn degrees. Sometimes, like, be fucking for real. If the energy's already in that thing, then that thing is impacting you. Okay, like I literally saw a video on someone on TikTok talking about everybody's talking about Saturn and Pisces being impacting you, but if it's still not on your degree, then it's not impacting you at all. Tell that to Bad Bunny, who on the first day of his Saturn being in Pisces, it already started ripping him a new one. Like, please, like you can't. When it comes to energy, and this is for the people that don't understand how energy moves, okay? Because people just don't understand. When a planet is in a sign, it is moving through that sign. Okay. It doesn't matter at that specific degree. When it is in that specific degree, you're going to see that the energy, like certain things happen, like certain things will happen specifically on that time. But while the energy is already in the thing, it is moving and navigating and expanding and pushing through the thing. So you can't just be like, oh yeah, no, Saturn and Pisces is not impacting me because it's not at my degree yet. I mean, you could try to manifest that, but I don't know about it that working. Some people will tell you, there are some astrologers that would be like, yes, if it's not on that degree, then it's not gonna. I've literally seen that happen, and this is why I don't be trusting everybody. Especially, and there's always someone not of color coming up with these weird ass astrological rules. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to trust like astrologers who are not of color, because half of the time they be coming up with shit like out of their asses. Honestly, I don't know where they come up with these things, with these, oh, if it's not in the mathematical degree, then it is not impacting you. You have to wait about 8 months for it to specifically start to impact you. Like, baby, that's not how energy moves. Energy cannot be contained in a box like that. Okay, so I don't know where you're getting this. I have a blanket protection that Saturn's not about to impact me until it's my degree. I'm sorry. It's those 3 years, those 2.5 to 3 years. It's already on. It's the second it moved to that sign, it's already, the party started. Okay, the party started. So I'm like, these weird ass rules, yo. I'm telling you, I can't with these weird ass astrological rules. Like, I don't understand where people get this stuff from. Like, and I think it has to do with control. Like, I really feel like certain people just like want to control astrology and be like 2 + 2 will always equals 4. Like, it just, even though astrology is math, right? It's a lot of math. Like, this planet in this sign equals this energy. Like, it be like that. There's different ways that things are expressed. And even with the degrees, that doesn't mean that just because it's in this, that you can't also, the energy can't manifest in a whole lot different way. Like, people really like to not look at things through the whole collective perspective. It's just, it feels robotic. And I'm sorry, I just don't trust those type of astrologers. They be moving funny. I'm sorry. That's just my personal opinion. It'd be the same people, like it'd be the same astrologers that will sit here and be like, Pluto is the planet of the, what was it? No, it was Neptune is the planet of the unconscious mind. It'd be the same people that don't understand the definitions to the word consciousness that be trying to put rules without understanding how a planet behaves. Like, I can't. I cannot. You will not find me conniving. Like, I can't. I can't with these people. I really can't. I roll a lot. And when it comes to astrology TikTok, like, I have people that I follow, and then I have people that I'm just like, all right. Okay. If I had like a dollar for every time I saw an astrologer on TikTok do a astrology reading for like a celebrity that they don't even have the birth time to, and be like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen, and it'll be those same people that will be like, oh yeah, the degrees matter, but baby, if you don't have the birth time, how is that degree correct? I'm sorry, I can't. It is what it is. Anyway, and that's astrology tea for those who wanted to hear that. But it's the truth. I mean, like, you really out here saying, oh my God, this person, this celebrity is going to be going through this and da 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 and blah, 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 blah. And it's going to be such a hard time for them. And they're going to be da 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 da. But you don't have their birth time. It's not confirmed by any stretch of the imagination. Like, most of the shit you're saying, you're pulling out of your ass because it's not correct. Like, a lot of astrologers online just be moving through assumptions. They don't even know what they're talking about. This is why, personally, I don't even, like, I've read one person's chart online on YouTube, and that's AOC. But that birth chart came from her office. Like, her office, people were asking her for her birth time, and she put it on Twitter. So it was confirmed, like, from the source. It came straight from the damn source. So that is the only person that I've read online. Besides, whatchamacallit, what's her name? From Glee that died. But I can't remember what was their birth information. I think I didn't read it as within the degree. I only read it from what planet was there. But yeah, no, I don't move from a place of like, I'm telling you, be careful with like who y'all listen to on this app. Because listen, people move funny. People move real funny. Anyway, Archangel Michael, what do we need to know for this week? What do we need to know for this week? What do we need to know for this week? Also, with what I was saying about Jupiter, Jupiter moves really quickly. So, like I said before, like the energy moves faster because it takes about a year, right? Jupiter moves quickly. It's one of the quickest moving planets. It is very much connected when it comes to that mercurial energy of knowledge. So when it comes to Mercury rules communication, the mind, consciousness, right? What you're aware about, what you're conscious about in the moment, right? When it comes to Jupiter is the planet that rules over education. So it specifically connects in a way when it has to do with your own education, your own philosophy, your own deeper understanding. This is why there's a relationship between the 3rd house and the 9th house. One is ruled by Mercury, one is ruled by Jupiter. They're very mental houses. So when it comes to this shift, right, that's happening, this very philosophical shift that's happening in Taurus for the year, you might literally completely shift your perspective of the way that you handle certain things, especially within the physical realm, especially when it comes to finances, money, your home, your own pleasure, which is a key. Let's keep it 100, which is a key. Because if you're not feeling good, what is the point? What is the point? If you're not feeling good, what is the point? We have positive thoughts create positive results from Archangel Michael, and use your imagination and you will see the answer. For those who are really like this week trying to find a solution to a problem, think outside the box a little bit. Think outside the box. And don't limit yourself to how you can receive information. Don't limit yourself to how the messages are also coming through. Don't limit yourself to, having a different understanding. You might literally completely change your mind, which is totally fine. This is something that also needs to be talked about. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to have a difference in perspective. It's okay to say, you know what, I really wanted this before, but now I'm realizing that I don't want this anymore. It's totally okay to do that. What you need to do is find a better way, a comfortable way for you to feel better about the decisions that you are making. So if you are removing someone from your life, if you're releasing someone from your life, if you are shifting someone out of your life, but you're like you don't know how to approach it, sit with it, meditate with it, see what's right for you. For some of you are gonna rip the band-aids and be like, okay, well, it's gonna feel like, and I said what I said, kind of like I said what I said. It is what I said. Whatever it is, that's what I said. And for some, it's like a really like, yo, I gotta go. Then we have focus on divine perfect health, and admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. And this is the key when it comes to this. This is the key. What is the truth? What is your truth? What is your truth? Okay. What is the truth? And don't lie. I don't know how many times I have to say that, because you will ask someone what their truth is without wanting to know the answer. It's for you. But then they will lie to themselves. Then they will lie to themselves and they'll just be like, right? And then, yeah, keep in mind that we're still under eclipse season energy. The eclipse season and the energy per moon lasts 2.5 weeks. Per solar and lunar, that's 2.5 weeks plus 2.5 weeks for both. So it's not just, oh, it stopped. No, it's still in motion. It's still in motion. And on top of that, we have this powerful Jupiter and Taurus transit that's about to be the theme for the year. So it's time. It's really time for you to like be honest. It's time. Knowledge. What have I been saying about Jupiter? What did I say about Jupiter? Knowledge. It really is that time. What did you learn? Oh, relief. Oh, that is a question. What is it about your life right now? What is it about that situation that would just bring you so much relief to just see it end, to just see it like completely just, what is it about that situation that would just bring you so much peace if it wasn't a thing anymore? It says a lot. It says a lot. Like how much you would be in a state of relief if it's not there. It says a lot. It really does. It really, really says a lot about like your own feelings and what you need, like what you want at the end of the day. And we have home and we have jealousy. Home and jealousy. Make sure you're still practicing protection work, okay? Please make sure you're still practicing protection work. Y'all, talking about this energy, I literally posted this on TikTok. But y'all, somebody literally tried to send a freaking I think it was a wasp to my house. I have the bag. I'm gonna make a video. You guys are gonna see it on YouTube. But somebody tried to send it to my house, right? And it got fried. It literally got like, it looks like it's black. It looks like it's been electrocuted. Like, yeah, I have it in a little bag right here. It looks like it's literally been electrocuted from like how black it is. I'm still not over this shit. And I literally, because I always check on my wards every day. All of my windows are sealed. All of my windows, like, they have the mesh thing and everything. So I'm just like, oh. And it's crazy because one of my mutuals on TikTok had talked about how there was a fly in her house yesterday. And it was someone who was, And so I'm literally looking at this and I'm like, it was just laying dead right next to my ward. And I'm like, what the hell? What in the world? So somebody tried to send something, right? It hit one of my wards and it just completely got fried. And then when I went to pull the tarot for it, it was a mess. It was like it was a mess. It was and they came up as the page, what was it, the page of wands? And y'all, I cannot stress this enough. Please, if you're ever gonna hex somebody, if you're ever going to like jinx somebody, if you're gonna ever throw at somebody, make sure that you at least read the energy ahead of time. Okay, pull some cards, get some cards read somewhere. Make sure you read the energy ahead of time, because when I tell you they came up as the page of wands, like if you're gonna throw at somebody, at least come up as a queen or king or a major arcana. Like when I checked on my own energy after this shit happened, I came up as the high priestess in the Four of Pentacles. And on an earth season, you know how hard it is to hit an earth sign on an earth season, and the moon is in Capricorn? And I'm a Capricorn. Are you like, listen. People need to do better. Like if you're going to at least like, and y'all know I'm all about like education and shit. Y'all know I bet like I'll teach y'all how to do a ward. I'll teach y'all how to do protection. I'll teach y'all how to do a bunch of stuff. Right? We talk a lot about a ton of stuff on the channel. But like if you're gonna throw at someone, first of all, be well into your practice. Please be at some sort of king or queen level. So at least what that's going to signify is that you're grounded in the work that you're trying to do, right? You're grounded in the work that you're trying to do. You're not just like throwing to throw and it's just like not going anywhere. You're grounded. You're like purposeful. You're determined, right? And also reading the other person is important, because you want to know if they're even going to get hit in the, like, can we be please like I'm all about the education, and I'm just like, listen, I know who it was because they're on my block list already. I know who it was, and honestly, once I place somebody on my block list, my block list is also a form of protection work. And this is why I was like, you don't know how much protection work I do. Like I do so much more protection work than probably anything else that I do is protection and healing, which is what I recommend people to do first. If you're a beginner witch, if you are someone who are coming into your practice, do healing and protection first. Both of those things are going to set you up for success. Why? Because when you do protection work, it gives you a safe space to do your healing. When you do your healing, instead of going straight into love magic, instead of going straight into money magic, instead of going straight into X, Y, Z, and B, when you do healing first, it opens you up for love. It opens you up it grounds you. It opens up your abilities. It literally already starts to do all of those other intentions that you've actually been trying to work on. You're already, once you work doing the healing work, you're already starting to get grounded. You're already opening yourself up to receive more. So those two things, it's like a religion to me. I'm doing them every single day. Mind you, like the spirits that I work with are very fucking protective. So for me, it's like I'm just sitting here like, did someone really try? Really? Because it got fried on my window, and I'm just like, why would you want to fuck with my spirits? Like, do you listen? It is what it is. It is what it is. But this is one of those things. Taurus energy and Taurus season, Taurus likes to be comfortable in the home. Okay, so a lot of the time when people like to do stupid things in the season. It tries to unstabilize people, right? People try to send, they try to hit people in their home when they're safe and comfortable in their safe space. But like Taurus season is not the time to be throwing at anybody, especially an earth sign. I don't know why that was a logical choice. But you never want to throw at an earth sign in the earth season because all of the earth signs benefit from the grounding that Taurus is giving. Like literally all of the earth signs. Virgo is sitting cute. Capricorns are sitting cute. Tauruses are sitting cute. Like we're all taking from the energy because it's earth energy. We're very comfortable in that energy. So it's like you don't that's not what you want to do to a Capricorn who's ruled by the planet of karma. Are you serious? Listen, anyway, for those who are on YouTube, you know I work with Sekhmet, right? The whole Netaru of war and defeating enemies and healing. Because I always say, like, Sekhmet can either kill you or heal you. It's one or the other. Like, you guys, you know I work with you know I work with Sekhmet. You know I work with Santa Muerte. Like, the spirits that I work with are not going to let this stuff even touch me. And this is why I got fried in my damn house. So it's just, with the amount of protection work I do, I mean, I wouldn't, please. Anyway, y'all, the lesson is, if you're going to throw at someone, make sure, and also make sure again that you are doing protection work, especially this week, as you are releasing what you need to release. Okay, as you're seeking relief, you need to make sure you're in a safe space. But make sure you're doing protection work because people are trying it. People are. Anyway, I'm telling you, I just be laughing. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. Sometimes you just have to laugh, and it's fine. But there's a reason why I religiously practice protection work so much in so many aspects of my life, like so much. Even when it comes to different parts of my own body, like my whole fro has its own enchantment for protection. My fro itself, it is used for protection itself. I always have like stuff on me for protect, like the amount of protection that I do, the amount of work that I do. And you think you're just going to send something into my house without it dying? Okay. Anyway, fun stuff. Fun times. It's definitely fun. Listen, it's definitely a fun time. But the fun part is that you guys are getting a video on YouTube of how I'm handling the situation. So you guys expect that. expect that because that's happening. And that's on top of all the work that I already do, because I'm just saying. On top of all of that. Okay. So we're getting open your hearts, because this is what a Venus rule season. So that includes love, right? Yeah. Open your heart. If you're not in a state where you are enjoying your life, feeling good, whatever it is that's bringing you that like discomfort, gotta go. Because Taurus always wants to feel good. Always. They may love the drama or watching the drama here and there, and that's fine because it's entertaining. It's a difference. It's not about being in it. It's about being entertained. It's a difference. But it's about enjoyment. Then we have joy. Joy. Because that's the question. Are you happy? Are you happy? Grace. How you handle things matter. And for some, you're going to have to like really think about how you want to handle it. So you are like relieved of how it goes. Like you're just kind of like at peace with how it goes. And then we have gratitude. Gratitude. It's not like Taurus season is it's a time for having fun. It's an enjoyment. It's feeling good, it's feeling grounded, it's feeling at home, it's like really feeling yourself, feeling your body, feeling your space. Like it's really about feeling good. If something tries to disrupt that, it's really not, it's just not gonna go anywhere. Right? It's not gonna go anywhere. It's time to feel good. Anything that's standing in the way of that has to be released now. And that is the weekly healing circle. Okay. Thank y'all for being here, for all the messages and all of the tea and all of the stuff we talked about. This was very a chismosa weekly healing circle, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's always a fun time when it's a chismosa healing circle. But I love you guys so much. I do. I love you guys so much. I literally been laughing all day, it's just been really, really, really fun. But yes, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for the day. But do not forget that the whole entire store is on sale on my website. So definitely make sure you go check it out. There's no code needed. It gets taken off right at checkout. So if you want to get yourself something, definitely would be the time. But yeah, I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I hope that you guys got all of the messages that you needed, because listen. And I will see y'all in the next one. If y'all need a reading or whatnot, like my website is linked in my bio. We will be back on, I want to say Wednesday, for the weekly community oracle poll, where we'll do readings and like, pull cards for everybody. But until then, I will see y'all on the videos and everything. Make sure you are also, if you are on TikTok, make sure you are going to my YouTube and subscribing on my YouTube, because I make most of my content is on there anyway. So yeah, make sure you go, especially because TikTok may or may not be gone or whatever the hell is going on with that. So yeah, I love you guys. Have a very blessed day. I will see you on the next video. Peace out. Okay, peace out. I love you guys. Bye, y'all. Have a good night.